What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about slanging t-shirts out of your trunk. Now, as most of you guys know, I used to do something similar to this. I used to call them parking lot pop-ups. And the way it used to work was I would let my Instagram following know where I would be located, how long I'd be out there for, and what I'd be selling. And then I'd pull up, pop the trunk, wait for people to show up, be out there for like an hour or two or until I sell out, and then I'd make moves. This was one of the easiest ways for myself to make some money. Now, I know there's a lot of people that watched that video and said, hey, I'm gonna do the same exact thing, because they tag me in their Instagram posts and they show that they're doing this same thing. And then they hit me up a day later and say, man, didn't nobody show up? That shit doesn't work. Show me proof that you used to do this. They say a lot of shit. Now, as most of you guys know, I used to run a brand called Gardena Originals. If you checked out their Instagram and scrolled all the way to the bottom, and this dates back like 5-6 years, something like that, you would see all the flyers I used to post up for the parking lot pop-ups, the pictures of me in my old Honda Pilot with the trunk popped open with totes of t-shirts in it. Now, why did it work for myself and why doesn't it work for other people? You have to remember, you have to have a product that people want to buy. So if your own Instagram following isn't buying your shirts or showing up to whenever you have an event, or if you're posted selling out of the trunk, if your following isn't showing up to buy, maybe you should rethink the t-shirt designs. The reason people might not be buying is because maybe they don't like the t-shirt design. It's not necessarily the tactic on how you're selling it, but maybe you're selling a t-shirt design that nobody wants. It's always easier to blame something else instead of blaming yourself. It's like that for everybody. But the reason it worked for myself when I was doing it was because, one, I had a product that my audience wanted to buy. You post the product on Instagram, and when you get the comments of where can I buy, then you know people want to buy it, right? So I would post up once a week outside of a Papa John's. It was a abandoned Burger King parking lot. So there used to be a Burger King there that went out of business, and it shared a parking lot with a Papa John's. I would post up in the back of that parking lot, away from all the other businesses, away from everybody else, literally the back of the parking lot, tell people exactly where I'm at, and I'd only be there for an hour or two. This created the scarcity of the only way to buy this t-shirt is to find this guy in this random parking lot selling them. This also created customer loyalty. So now the customers that actually came to the parking lot to buy the t-shirts out of my trunk will now spread that brand awareness to everybody else when people ask where they bought that shirt from, and they'll say, oh, you know what, there's this guy that sells them in this parking lot over here. You got to follow him on Instagram to know when he's there so you could buy them. And then it turns it into this weird little exclusive club. Like, not everybody has access to buy these shirts. It's almost one of those you have to know type of things, and naturally it just works out that way. That's how it worked for myself. This is before starting an online store for Gardena Originals. This is before I started vending it in local establishments. I took this same exact business model from the gourmet food trucks. I say this in the other videos where I talk about this same tactic. And way back when those gourmet food trucks started to boom, what they would do is they would take to Twitter. They would go to Twitter and say, hey, we're gonna be parked on this street right here. We'll be selling food till 10 p.m. or until sold out or whatever it is. So the only way you can buy that certain food from that truck is to follow them on Twitter and find out where they're gonna be stopping at. So I said, if it works for food, why not do it for t-shirts? So I tried it out and the shit works. But what I noticed is you have to have t-shirt designs that people want to buy. You can't just have some logo tee and be like, all right, we're gonna be posted up right here. If people aren't excited about that logo tee, or if people aren't excited about the brand, they're not gonna show up. You're not going there for the foot traffic. You're not selling to people walking by. You're selling to your following. You're giving your following on Instagram a chance to buy your products locally. That's all it is. So creating that scarcity of this is the only way you can buy these t-shirts is finding me in this parking lot or posted on this street corner, or I'm selling out the trunk only. If you have a product that everybody wants to buy and you limit the people that can buy it by only selling it to people that show up, you're creating the scarcity around your brand, you're creating the supply and demand, and you're creating the excitement around your products. So remember, if you wanted to do this same exact tactic by selling stuff out of the trunk to your following, make sure you have t-shirt designs that people want to buy before you do this. And if you wanted to see how I used to run Gardena Originals, you could always look on their Instagram, Gardena Originals, and scroll to the very bottom. You'll see exactly what I was doing, how I was doing it before I sold it off. Like I said, once a week I will post up a flyer on Instagram saying I'm gonna be over here selling these t-shirts for this much. This is the t-shirt designs that I'll have. Then I pull up to the location I said, pop the trunk, and just wait for people to drive up. That's simple. But it wasn't me relying on foot traffic in that area. It was me selling stuff to my followers. That's all it was. I'm selling a t-shirt with a design on it that people want to buy. The only way to buy it is to find that random dude in the parking lot selling the shit out of his trunk. That's how it worked. Alright, so I hope this helps some people out there. I know a lot of people been trying this tactic and then they give me a negative response like, man, this shit don't work. I've been doing this for so many months and it don't nobody show up. At that point, you got to rethink the shit that you're selling. You know what I mean? Maybe your following isn't excited about the shit you're selling. So that's why nobody's showing up. It's not the tactic, it's the product. You see what I'm saying? I share this kind of information because I've used these same tactics. I use this information and I know it works. If it works for myself, chances are it could work for you. So I'm not selling you on some bullshit that I don't even know if it'll work and it's just an idea that I thought of. No, I already fucking did this shit. I know it worked for myself. So that's why I'm sharing this information with you guys. Like I always say, you gotta be able to take your t-shirt selling advice from somebody that actually sells t-shirts. This ain't no marketing channel. This ain't a get rich quick channel. This channel is about selling t-shirts. I personally sell t-shirts and I share the information that works for myself. So hopefully it'll help somebody out there make a little bit of extra money. For example, here's a post right here from January 3rd, 2015. There's the hoodie I'm releasing. There's all the information on this post. What time I'm gonna be there, what I'm selling. Here's a post from January 4th, 2015. There's my old Honda Pilot with the trunk popped open. There's the Papa John's I'm parked next to, showing people where I was at, selling this shit. So like I said, hopefully this helps somebody out. People always like to say, man, you never used to do this shit. You're just talking shit. You just do this for YouTube. No, I actually sell t-shirts. Basically what I do is I sell t-shirts. YouTube shit is just showing you guys how I do this shit. You know what I mean? Because I want everybody out there to be making money doing this. Information shared on this channel is shit that works for me. So hopefully it works for you. That's all it is. It's not the only way to run a business. This is not the only way to sell t-shirts. This is just what works for myself. All right, you guys want to keep the conversation rolling? Make sure you leave it in the comments or follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.